looks like we had a new box come in today from one of our sponsors, Elecfresh. Let's open it up and see what goodies we have in here for the interior of the Cybertruck. It looks like we have the USB hub for the rear compartment, and we have the armrest storage box with USB hub for the front. So why don't we take that one out and look and see what we need to do with that here as we unbox it. Here, I'll take a look. Open it up. Looks like we have some fairly quick and easy instructions that we need to insert the box and plug it into the USB port inside the center console. So let's take this out and do that. So I guess the first order of business, I need to take out what I have, my current tray. So I'll just take this thing out, and then of course I do have my locking box in the center. Okay, so I'm taking out my existing center tray there. I've opened up my box just so I can get to the USB port underneath. It's underneath this one. So now it's just a matter of taking this one and plugging in this USB cable. So we'll have to undo that here for a moment. Lift this up, feed it back through. There we go. And then we will simply probably have to hold this like so. Reach down in here, find my cable. I'm going to plug that into the USB port. I've got to find that. I want to look at how that fitting is. There we go. Of course, this would be a little easier if I wasn't holding the phone. And all right, I'm probably going to have to pause this so I can do this with both hands. Okay, I'm back again to talk about the Elecfresh center console upper insert that has the various different charging ports and the little light button there. So one of the things I discovered, by the way, this flips up. I'll just show you that we'll get that in. That flips up. One of the things I discovered in going to install this was that this cable, of course, is hardwired in here, and it ends in kind of an angled connector for the USB-C, which for anyone that just has a regular Cybertruck center console, that would be perfectly fine. However, if you recall from one of my prior videos, I have this locking safe box in my center console, which means that the USB port is down inside here in the safe area. There is a little area to bring out a USB line, so it should be no problem, right? Well, wrong. If you have that safe, this angular plug will not plug in because of the metal bracket and kind of how the safe is cut out for the wiring to go into. And apologies, you can't see that, it's down inside, but trust me, I tried to plug in this wire, couldn't do it. So what did I have to do? If you have one of these safes, you're going to need something like this. It's a USB-C, it'll be female on one end, male on the other, and then plug that in down below to plug this into the extension cable. So let me just do that real quick. I'll plug these cables in and come right back and show you that setup. Okay, now that we've returned, you can see I have that other cable down in there. I have the cable from the tray and the hub here plugged into that. You can even see the little light on the bottom side. So now I can just simply close up my safe, and then we'll get this installed. So let me see if I can do that here, holding the item out of the way. I can close the safe lid, turn that so that latches. There we go. The cable goes through the pass spot there that goes down into the other cable in the USB plug. And now it's just simply a matter of setting this into place. You can see we've got, looks like those USB A's and C's are lit up with kind of like a little bit of green lighting. There is a blue light here. Now, if this tray is raised up, that's what this extra light is for here. I can turn on and off. There we go, to light that up. For me, it would just make the safe a little bit easier to say. Now, here's something else too. If you own this safe and you want to open the lid on the safe, guess what? It will not hinge up out of the way. So there, I've opened it. Notice, oh, look, it hits this piece here. You wouldn't be able to get this all the way up. So you would have to take this out of the way in order to open that lid. And again, this is only for people who have the safe. If you don't have the safe, yeah, that's not even a concern. But if you do, just keep that in mind, that in order to get that lid up, you are going to have to pull this piece up out of the way. But it does come out. I mean, just like any other tray, I can take this whole piece out of the center console. So at this point, if I want to see if this works, I can just take a USB-C here, plug in that cable. I'm going to plug it around to my phone a minute here and see what it tells me on my phone screen, which I don't think is going to get recorded on the video itself, but I'm plugged in, and sure enough, boom, now I'm charging, and I am fast charging. So as promised, this does give charging. And notice that this lit up here whenever that an item was plugged into charging. So that's nice to see that that's the case. I guess I will unplug this cable here. That light goes out. Plug the cable in over into this USB-C. Sure enough, that light comes on. Make sure the cable and charger are properly connected. If this happens frequently, try replacing the charging cable. Oh, interesting. So I got a different message when I plugged in here. I'll say okay. It's not showing me that I'm charging at the moment off of that one. Interesting. Let me try that again. Okay, and that message comes up, versus if I plug in over here, then I'm charging perfectly fine. So as I recall, there is a difference between these two ports, and I'm going to have to look that up on the site to see what the difference is. But keep that in mind, that there may be a difference for your phone, whether or not you're fast charging, slow charging, etc., and what the output is. And again, I know there is a variance across each of those. Interesting, I'll have to try plugging in as well too one of the USB sticks. Let's see if I have an extra one in the glove box at the moment. I just might. Let's see if I do. Be curious just to see, and I don't think it's the case, but if I plugged one of these in, if anything would show up on screen as far as like extra, extra light shows and whatnot. Okay, and there we go. Looks like it's accessing the drive. I don't know if anything will show up extra on the toy box. Probably not, I would assume. No, I don't see my extra light shows that are on the stick. Again, I think that's got to be plugged into my hub that's in the glove box, and that's fine. I just, obviously if I want to charge something off of the older USB-A, I could certainly do so here. And again, this pivots up to drop anything in here. I can fill in my other items. So it's nice to have this charging hub right here and handy, as opposed to having to reach down deeply in that center console. So again, looks like a great item. I'm going to work next on the hub that goes in the rear of the Cybertruck, because I've also got that piece to install as well. And I know that sometimes I've got rear passengers that are fiddling trying to find the connections underneath in order to get at that. But I want to thank Elecfresh for sending this, and stay tuned for the next video. This is Tesla Ken for the HaloCybertruck.com website.